Do you find it difficult to study the various topics in mathematics? Then the GIT home tuition is here to assist you. Today we have this question on the board to solve. We are continuing with what we have been doing this month, that is Circle Theorem. And today we are going to look at another theorem. That theorem says that the angle a chord, this chord, subtends at the circumference in the same segment of a circle are equal. What they are trying to say is that if you have a chord over here and the chord actually subtends at the circumference of the circle, and the same chord subtends again at a different point on the circumference of the circle, and also the same chord subtends at the different point on the circumference of the circle. Now what they are saying that the angles that is being subtended by the same chord onto the circumference of the circle are equal. What does it mean? The angle created over here is equal to this side, is equal to this side. Now, bringing this understanding to the question that we have over here. What is this question telling us to find? The question is saying that find angle x, z, y. This is angle x, z, y. It's referring to this angle. Now, how can we get this angle? Remember that in our previous videos, we looked at one of the theorems where we said that when a chord subtends at the center, so this is a chord, when the question is being given to you, it may not necessarily bring in this, but you are the one supposed to introduce it. So this is a chord and this is the center. It has subtended at the center, giving you 110. The same chord has also subtended at the circumference of the circle. So one of the theorems says that if a chord subtends at the center and that same chord subtends at the circumference of the circle, the one that was created at the center, let's say that it is A, should be equal to twice the angle that that same chord subtends at what? The circumference of the circle. In this case, let's say 2B. So if this side is B. However, this side is A, which is 110 degrees. So because we are looking for this side, we are representing it by B. It becomes 2B. Divide both sides by the coefficient of B. Alright, so you have B to be equal to 55 degrees. Meaning that the angle over here is 55 degrees. Now back to what we are learning over here. The next question is telling us that we should find angle WSZ. WSZ. So they are referring to this angle. Now how can we find this angle? To find this angle, we need to pull this side out. So I'm going to pull it out. You are having something like this. So the angle that we have been asked to find, this is where it is. Let us represent it by x. Now we need to find the angle over here, the angle over here. Notwithstanding, what this theorem is telling us is that the same chord, when it subtends at this side, this side, this side, the angles are the same. So let's look at this chord. It subtends at the circumference over here. And the same chord also subtends at the circumference over here. So if we have calculated for the angle at this side to be what? 55. That means that this same side, the angle will also be equal to what? 55. Per the reason that this theorem is given to us. So let's say that this side is also what? 55. So let's bring it over here. Now the next thing is that you see this 100 degrees over here. When you learn angles, we have what you call vertically opposite, meaning that this angle 100 is vertically opposite to the angle over here. So that means that the vein is also what? 100. That being said, what do? We now sum up the angle in this triangle. So the sum of angles in a triangle is equal to what? That is 180. So let's look at it. X plus, that is 55 plus 100 equal to